Okay, Mark, this one's just for you. Wanted to give you a little tour of No Man's Sky, and just so you know, this is not even close to as much stuff as you can do in this game. So, I'm in my ship, I'm taking off from my own freighter, which is your capital ship, which you can buy other ones, get higher class ones, and trade this in for other ones as well. I think I'm docking again by accident, but it happens. But in addition to the freighter, you can also get these frigates that compose your fleet, which you can send on missions to earn money, fight things, and other such cool stuff. Alright, so I'm in a galaxy. This specific galaxy has, I think, 5 planets. And this is my favorite galaxy so far, so I've been doing a lot of work out of it. But the planets are full-size planets, okay? So you see them off in the distance. Right now I'm shooting asteroids to build up fuel. You get like 4 different speeds of ship. 4 different speeds in your ship. You get like a normal impulse. Then what I'm doing right there is bursting, which is almost like a jet's afterburners. And then you're going to see me do a pulse engine burn at some point. And then, of course, there's hyperspeed. But hyperspeed is basically just a means to take you to another galaxy with a whole other set of planets. I don't actually think I go into the galaxy map in this playthrough. But if I did, you would see just how absolutely massive this game is. This is the pulse burn that I was talking about. You can see it actually takes you quite a while to get from planet to planet because, like I said, everything is relatively realistically distanced. Which, again, I think is an absolutely amazing feat of video game design. They actually released a report on IGN recently where the creators themselves of this game, because it's just constantly procedurally generating the universe on its own, that they have no idea how big it is, and they actually have to send probes out just to get an idea of how big it is in their own game. Okay, so right here, a pirate is about to shake me down. He wants me to pay him. I'm going to alert the authorities with a defense chit, which I have collected through merchant jobs. And then we're going to kill this motherfucker. We're going to kill him with extreme prejudice. But I wanted to do this. I'm glad this happened so you could see a space battle. You can see, it's very nail biting. You can also do it from inside the cockpit. I have personally never tried that. That's actually how the original game was. I will say also my ship in this is a little bit more advanced than your normal ship. So, especially with the aid of the system authorities, it's a little bit easier to take out the pirates. In the beginning, it's a nail biter all the way down to the end. But what's funny is the pirates actually have ships, like the same ships that are procedurally generated for you. Sometimes they're not as upgraded, but you can see that it's taking me quite a bit to actually take him down because he's just another character. I mean, an NPC character, but it's not just like a randomly generated enemy. And adios, motherfucker. Now, for some reason, during this fight, the system authority got mad at me. I think maybe I had accidentally shot them. I didn't really see where I did. I found this trick where I can hide in a freighter and get away from them. I think, however, I dogfight this guy first. You can see more procedurally generated capital ships in the background actually coming out of warp drive. And that's how you purchase them. You actually fly up to them and negotiate with the captains. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to negotiate with this guy, but I'm really just going to use him to hide from the system authorities because I don't want to shoot them down. Something else that's cool while this is going on is you can actually find crashed, broken down ships, and you can repair them slowly, like restore them to working order. That isn't the ship I use anymore, the one in this video. I have a bigger hauler ship, which I just spent 10 hours just fixing up. It's very rewarding in that kind of way. Like it's not a combat and it's not heavy on the narrative. Or combat really, but it's very thrilling in the reward system. There's just constantly something to do and something more to accomplish, and I just love that it's more about exploration and trade and communication than necessarily blowing everything up, which, hey, I like that, that's fun, but I think this is fun too. This definitely feeds the Star Trek need, in my opinion. See, now I'm going to actually negotiate with this frigate to potentially purchase it. And did I? Oh, and I can't. I don't have enough money. Not even in the realm of possibility at this particular juncture. So, moving on. Okay, so that's a planet I've discovered before, obviously, and I actually named it. You get to name them. They start with these pre-generated names, but before you upload them to the database, the original database on Hello Games, you can rename them, and then they're yours forever, even if other people somehow find your galaxies. Obviously, I named that one. It's actually my home planet. I'm building a base on it right now. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this planet, right? And this is something I really wanted you to see. Because I think the first time I saw this when I was playing, I was just blown away. And I had seen other people do this, like through playthroughs. But just like playing through it the first time and seeing it, it's just amazing. Now, as you can see, I'm flying towards the planet, and it's a little ways off, so it takes me a while to get there. But as I approach the planet, you're going to watch, there's no loading time. Like, things kind of blink in a little bit slower because I have an older Xbox One, so the graphics processor isn't quite as good. But you literally can fly from space to the surface of the planet without any load time. Which is insane. Like, I mean, you play games like Mass Effect or whatever, you go to the planet, the amount you get to actually play on the planet is just a small map, you know, that they've pre-generated. And that's it. Whereas with this, you go from space to an entire full-size planet. You can spend, okay, Okay, so I ran out of pulse engine fuel mid-burn and ran into an asteroid. So I just got to restock it real quick. And that's one thing. Some people find it irritating. I actually enjoy it. You have to constantly be getting resources to recharge your technology, such as your mining lasers and your blaster lasers and your ship's pulse engines. So anyway, back to the planet. It's one cool thing I found is you can literally be on a planet the entire playthrough if you wanted to, like for hours and hours and hours, because it's a full planet size. Now, I will say the number of flora and the number of fauna that appear on the planet and minerals that are unique to the planet is nowhere near what you would say on ours. So like ours have hundreds of thousands, whereas these planets have probably between 10, 20 of each. Still, that's amazing. And you can actually like only find some of them on one side of the planet. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, so here we go. We're coming out of Pulse. We're now going to breach the atmosphere and head down to the planet. Okay, it's going to start to shake as you hit the atmosphere. It'll also say planetary entry. And you can actually see at the top of the screen, you can see the curvature of the planet. Look at that. I can't get used to it. The game keeps bringing me back, if for no other reason than that I can just do that. Okay, so planet side. I'm gonna go explore now. Sorry about I'm kind of fighting a cold. Okay, so now I'm on the planet. This is a nicer planet. There are planets with extreme heat, extreme radiation. Either way, you have a hazard protection suit. Okay, these are cool. I'm sorry to get ahead of myself, but they're like flying whales, which is just the coolest thing. Like flying insect whales. And all the animals are procedurally generated too, according to the types of planets. But you earn money by scanning stuff. It rewards you just for going out and searching and looking for new things. Very Star Trekian in that way. And then you can see, this is how you upload the discoveries to the database. Like you can actually go in, and then I think I'm going to rename this for you and upload it. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm sorry. I had a little time between when I recorded this and when I'm actually recording the commentary. I don't know what I'm doing now. Yo, Zach, wake up. Do something. Okay, so I just uploaded that. I guess I did. Oh no, I did. I renamed it Ortiz. That's why it was frozen. It doesn't show you me actually typing in the names. So I named an animal after you, and it is uploaded. It's out there. Okay, so I'm trying to think what next. I love the sheer massive size of this and everything you can do, and how rewarding it is to actually just scan and search for things and build things instead of, murder them. Don't get me wrong, love a good murder game, but you just don't get something like this very often. I usually don't give special names to the minerals. They're just minerals. And unfortunately in this playthrough, you don't get to see some of the really cool creatures I found. I might send you a picture when I send this to you just to show you, because it's I found one that was just a giant flying brain. Yeah. So the hazard suit protection, it protects you from the torrid cold or whatever, and you have to constantly restore it. You also have an oxygen meter, and that you have to restore every so often, which is where the survival aspect of the game comes in. See, I'm restoring my mining technology. I refill it with carbon so that I can mine some more stuff. And there's just so many upgrades for everything. Starship, multi-tool, your exosuit, everything. You can just constantly be upgrading, constantly be giving more space. And everything you do gets you another thing that allows you to do more. So the loop is real satisfying. Oh, okay. So these are these little police sentinel things in the game. They're kind of your biggest adversaries because they don't like it when you mine stuff. They're pretty easy to get around for the most part, but a lot of missions have you fighting them. Also, I don't go to it here, obviously. There are these space stations in every galaxy. And the space stations are kind of the hubs. You can trade with other pilots, people who come in. And you also do all of your selling of goods and buying of goods for building stuff and making money. But you can also get missions. There are 4 major guilds: Traders Guild, Mercenaries Guild, Explorers Guild, and then man, there's one more and I can't remember it right now, sorry. And then there's actually 3 different races in the game. The Gek, which is what I'm playing, little lizardy people. There's the Korvax, which are just kind of these like tall robot people. And then there's the Vy'keen, which are, you know, this game's version of Klingons. Okay, so this is really cool. You can actually go into photo mode to take photos of the creatures you find and the other stuff real easy. And it's real easy to access. You can just get into it and move the camera around. See, you can see me down there by the tree, and you got to see that little bat thing that I took a picture of. Okay, so that's it. Just a little tour, and this is just for you. Not going to post this on YouTube. And hopefully, I might make another one if I get the time. And hopefully I will not be battling whatever's going on in my throat right now. Oh man, I forgot to talk about language, and I'm out of time. Well, maybe I'll get to that in the next one, or I'll just type it in when I send the video. But all right, buddy. Hope you enjoyed. And like I said, this game, it has you written all over it, so I had to send something to you. I'm not quite sure how to make it into a show, but we'll see if I can't pull something off at some point. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy.